Welcome, everyone. This is my channel. This is my expression and our ways of communicating with souls, spirits who resonate with similar energies, similar emotions, energies in motion, right? That's what emotions are, is energy in motion. And as we begin to feel these energies through the body, through the through our awareness, through our mentality, we're able to decipher what these feelings mean to us, how they are affecting us. Our subconscious mind plays a huge role in our development and in our awake life. Even though it's subconscious and it's happening in the background, it still influences more than 90% of our waking life. Our conscious mind only affects a certain percentage level that we're aware of subconsciously when we take in our environment, our emotions, our feelings, because the subconscious mostly operates on emotions, and these emotions begin to work our way through the body, and they condition the body in areas. As we tighten up, we end up tightening up. And right now we are experiencing this eclipse, right? Sagittarius lunar eclipse, when the sun and the moon are opposite to each other, and the sun and the moon are passing through the nodes. And funny thing with this eclipse, I mentioned in my last video that in the Aztec calendar, which is more solar based, they talk about the sixth sun. This is an ascension, this is a shift. And this is a shift that we're experiencing right now, because usually the nodes, since the galactic center of the being that we're in, right, is tied into Sagittarius, because that's closer to the 8th, 9th house where it gets birthed out of, right? And the north node usually is in Sag, the south node likes to be in Gemini, but right now the north node is in Gemini, so it's reversed. So we're experiencing something right now that allows us to see where we were before, our past spiritual aspects, and bringing it into this life. And we're noticing how these thought forms, right, these expressions of what we were, who we once were, who we are now, right? The environment, because the environment is third house space. This is Gemini. Gemini is the third house, which is the environment, our local surroundings. And our local surroundings right now are influencing our higher knowledge of who we are. The way we talk to ourselves is affecting our body subconsciously. This is why I brought this up, because the subconscious mind actually plays out in our external world, so it manifests through the subconscious behaviors. And most of the time our subconscious is almost belittling or thinking less of than what we're actually capable of, because all these past conditionings through the world that we've experienced. And we tighten up. Every time you experience a thought, it becomes an emotion, right? So you have that thought, it comes down, and the thought creates the emotion, and that emotion ends up affecting the body on a physical level, a subconscious level, a spiritual level, all these different aspects. And when we tighten up, when we experience anger or sadness or sorrow or grief or any of these emotions, anxiety, stress, negative emotions destroy the immune system. Our immune system is what fights off, is what's activating who we are, right? So in a way, these impulses, these electrical signals that are being passed are awakening an energy within us, an energy that those of us who are already aware of our abilities, our capabilities, our wisdom, our knowledge, where we receive this from, our intellect. Our intellect is being influenced heavy right now. We are receiving these downloads, but decipher these downloads, because they're being flooded through Jupiter and Pisces right now, because Jupiter and Pisces is about us expanding in our spirituality, right? And this is where Jupiter loves to be. Pisces is part of those imaginations, that dream aspect, that dream world, right? So Saturn is still in Aquarius. Don't forget that. Saturn is in Aquarius, and Gemini season we're in right now is also air, and Mercury is about to go retrograde in Gemini. So we're experiencing all this air, all these expressions that we have. We have all different types of ways of expressing ourselves. Which way is best suited for your vehicle? Like, are you truly who you are? And a lot of the wisdom that we have comes from the body, right? Our mind, sure, we have wisdom and knowledge, right? Well, knowledge is basically us adding more information, right? Becoming more knowledge. So we're like going deeper because there's no ledge. So we're going deeper into the knowledge. We're going down into the hole. But wisdom is letting go. And in a way, it's actually rising up in a way. So that's the Sagittarius aspect, right? Because knowledge and wisdom are two different things. You can keep adding things to yourself. But when you let go and you unlearn, then you begin to see, and then true wisdom comes to you. You can think all these things in your mind, but if you're not experiencing it, then what is it really? And that's the thing. Gemini is, we can think it, but are we experiencing it? You know, is this true wisdom that we're bringing here? Or are these thoughts, because a lot of the times we're picking up thoughts from our external environment. Like I said, it's the worldly thoughts, worldly things. And these thoughts and these things that are happening in the environment aren't always best suited for our spiritual path. So right now, as we are releasing what we've accumulated through the Taurus new moon, and as we are protecting our energy of where we're going, right? Depending on what house the moon and the sun are in right now for you, is gonna be that dynamic of energy that you're experiencing right now in your personal life, right? Or that area of life, I should say, not your personal, that area of life for yourself. And we all have different areas of life, right? The first house to the 12th house. So when we get to experience and start to keep track of these thoughts in our head, right? We don't begin to let the mind take control. No. We control the mind. We don't let the mind take control. We control the mind. The mind is a tool, right? We are not our thoughts. We are not our emotions. These are expressions of our essence, of our soul. So these expressions affect the body, and we can pinpoint it, and we let them flow. We let them flow without holding in on them and without them affecting us subconsciously. And then it comes out in our environment and who we want there in our relationships. So be clear with to be clear with that, turn off the mind, get into a meditation, get into exercise, clear out the body, clear out the energy. That fire and air right now is it's spreading. You know what I mean? There's a lot of change. Mutable energy is change. So this change is passing through the body. And we don't have to be so stiff in the change, in these thoughts, in these emotions. We don't have to be stiff and tighten up our body. Become loose, become free, like Bruce Lee. And he was a Sag with the Scorpio moon. So flow like water, be in your flow, be in your momentum, in your movement. Don't let these thoughts direct you. Don't let these thoughts overtake you and condition your body and tighten up. Stand for, like, this is an affirmation I've been saying to myself recently. Actually, I started saying it as soon as the sun went into Gemini because it just hit me and I was like, this is it. I stand firm in my freedom, but I bend to the winds of change. I stand firm in my freedom and I bend to the winds of change. So we know what we're going after. We know what we want right now. Things are changing, right? But we're standing firm in what we know. And we're adaptable as well to that and those experiences as we gain wisdom, as we gain knowledge. Be careful how you talk to yourself. These emotions affect our body, our cells. We have trillions of cells, right? And this is affecting the earth through these electrical signals because it's the nervous system. You know, so take care of the body, take care of yourself. Be in that flow, right? Release those teachings that weren't necessary for you, that blocked you off, right? Release those thoughts that weren't for you, that you're gaining attraction toward and manifesting and putting more in. I love you all. Peace out, yo. Much love and respect for listening to me rant. I don't even know if that made sense to any of you. I'm sure it did. Leave a comment if you want. Feedback is always appreciated. Much love to you. I will make more. I promise. I promise this time because I know I say that often. So yeah, I will. I see you soon. Enjoy this full moon, lunar eclipse in Sagittarius. It is divine time. It's a shift. Right now we are experiencing. So embrace this shift. Create it. You know, we're ascending now, truly becoming more of who we truly are, the greatest version of ourselves, right? As we're not being defined by the world. This world doesn't define us. No. We don't let the world limit us or define us, or the mind define us, or the mind, because the mind is limiting. The mind can only know so much. The body has way more information and wisdom in the body than the mind. So, and once you even become so present in the body, you can travel outside the body. So, but you have to calm the body to calm the mind, right? Because the mind will control the body. But if you calm the body, you will calm the mind. Ooh! I love y'all.